Hey guys, we are back. Um, we are presently on Vianet. Oops. And we've about finished up all the little odds and ends that we were going to do down here um, for now. Let's go down here and take a look, see what we got going down here. As you remember, I was sent a blueprint on an alternative means of doing uranium processing, and this seems to be working out pretty good. It's cooking right along. Our original setup looks like it has finally caught up with regards to 235, 238 storage, and it is cooking along real nice. We have plenty of reactor fuel, and we're good to go there. So we shouldn't have the problems we had before. We've also put in a bunch more solar panels, so that should be good to go. Let's take a walk over here, or a fly over here, if you will, and see what we got over here. Now, there are a few things that we still need to do on Vianet, but they are things that we do not have to physically be here to do. And one of those, of course, is coal. We've burned up all of our coal that's going to the power plant, and we really don't need this power plant anymore, so this can eventually be yanked out and gotten rid of, and we will do that. And so we'll get there with that. We do have to find another coal resource eventually. We have a small one that's feeding our plastic production and our sulfur production, and that's really all we need it for at this point. We're going all right here. Everything seems to be going good. Now, we do have this whole bottling factory for barrels and stuff. We're probably going to take that out because we don't need that anymore. We're not doing barreled fluid. We are doing intermediate bulk fluid bulk handling. We did get that mod to work, so we're good to go there. Now, one of the things that I have done off camera in the interim is to go ahead and set up our manufacturing of cryonite slush. Relatively simple, straightforward. You need sulfuric acid, you need cryonite rods, and you need chem plants. So dump down a bunch of chem plants, and we've got our cryonite rod and our sulfuric acid coming up and our cryonite slush coming out. Now, you'll notice all of these have level 3 speed modules in them. I'm going to take them out of this one to show you. This is really slow, and it only makes 10 units at a time, which is bupkis. So I went ahead and put in speed modules. Now, I could have put in production modules, given us a bit more, this, that, and the other, but I don't think we need that. I think there is plenty of cryonite on this planet. We don't need to worry about production modules. We need it to go faster. And the reason we need to go faster is because we need to fill up a rocket with this stuff. So we're not looking at, productivity. We're looking at getting it done faster. Now, the other thing we had going that was slowing us up was our rocket part production. So we've swapped these out for assembler 3s. We've put production modules in, and we've put beacons with speed modules in. You cannot production module this assembler. You can only speed module this assembler, and it's really kind of held back by these two anyway. I didn't add another one. I simply upgraded what was there. So what we're going to do is we are going to leave one of our Spidertrons here, and that will now take care of all of our construction stuff and this and that and the other. I am pretty certain I can control it from another planet, and we can lay down blueprints and have it go wherever we need and do the things we need it to do, even without having rowboat port connections. So I think we're good to go there. So our cryonite slush comes up, and just to get ourselves a reserve once we get all caught up, I put in some tanks, and it's going to slowly fill these tanks up. And then, like I say, we've got our intermediate bulk containers working. It was just a matter of going in and modifying the info file, and so we got them being built, and then they're being filled, and then they're going to go down into this rocket. Now I don't have them going in the rocket yet because I need this rocket to go someplace else. So ultimately what we'll have is we'll have our cryonite rods, and we'll have our slush that'll both be going up to our station. And that's really the only thing we're producing here on Vianet. If we look at why is this? Oh, we want this. Okay, there we go. Alright, let's take a look at Vianet. As you can see, it makes cryonite, vitamelange, which it really doesn't make because it's an ice planet and you can't do it without grassy terrain, and then just basic stuff. So there's nothing else really that we're going to be taking from here other than the cryonite, and that means the rod and the slush, because that's really the only two things we can make down here. So we're good to go down here. We're done. So we're going to go off to another planet and work on that. So next on our list is going to be Alaz, and we're going to head on over to Alaz, and once we get there, we're going to put that piece of belt back in remotely, and then that will start filling up the next rocket to be launched, and those will be going up to space. So for right now, we got to set up Alaz, and we're going to go ahead and get on board. We don't need to worry about a thruster suit because we're going to a planet as opposed to going to space, so we will not die, at least from that. We're going to leave our Spidertron here, and that is going to be us as far as remote construction. So from here on out, we will be able to use the Spidertron to build all of our mining operations and everything else. We will no longer, I don't think at this point, have to come back here, like ever. But we'll see. We'll probably come back and visit, just, you know, because we'll miss it. So here we go. We're off to Alaz. I do not think I can reach. Can I reach? Yes, I can reach. And there we go. And down to Alaz we go. Now there should be nothing other than rocket parts coming here, right? What do we got here? Entity being damaged. Oh, we got a fence being damaged on Novice. Who cares? Minor stuff, minor inconvenience. They happen all the time. All right, so and that's all there. So now what we got to figure out is the same thing that we had on Vianet. We're going to have to start building additional rocket silos, because we're going to want one for our vulcanite, one for our holmium plate. We're probably going to, what all can we make here? Let's take a look, see. So holmium gives us our holmium bars, which gives us our holmium plates, right? So then holmium plates will give us efficiency modules, which we're not worried about. This is all made in space. This is made in space. This is made either here on the ground or in space. It needs plastic bars. So we'll probably make holmium cable here. So we'll have one for holmium cable as well. Tesla gun ammo is made in space. Tesla gun itself is made in space. Holmium solenoids are holmium plate and holmium cable. So we will be making them here on planet as well. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are, it looks like, 4 items there. And let's see what we can make with vulcanite that we don't already make and we want to make. Alright, so we've basically got some holmium products that we're going to have to make. The cables and the solenoids. So there's cables and solenoids. Now let's see if the cables, where's holmium cables? Holmium cables. Energy shields, we don't care about that. We're only looking for things that we're going to have to send to space, that we can make on the ground and what have you. Holmium solenoid. Solenoid. So it looks like we're going to be making 4 different products that we're going to be sending to space. I don't know that we need to do this whole big. Well, let me see something. How many is in one of these setups? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nah, you know what? I think we're just going to make 4 separate rockets for this outpost. So we're going to need 3 more launch pads that we're going to have to build. And we're going to have 2 more processing plants that we're going to have to build. Now, here's the next question. Why are we not producing holmium plate right now? And the answer is holmium ingots. The answer is, the answer is fluid. We are full from the looks of it. Well, no, we're not completely full. Ion exchange beads. Have we actually filled up on ion exchange? Well, no, because we're still. Oh, washed holmium. Alright, so we don't have any washed holmiite. Yes, we do. Isn't that what this is? Washed holmiite. That's what's in its hand. That's washed. Supposed to go there. Oh, there's some stone in there somehow. Okay, so maybe we want to do this. We want to put that in there, and we want to make sure that that is only washed homeoite. It looks like the problem is we have somehow managed to get stone into our process. Huh. Must have picked up some stone and put some stone on the belt, because we had a quick fast inserter as opposed to a filter inserter. So lesson learned. You know, make sure you got the right inserter there. Make sure you're filtering out stuff that you don't want inadvertently getting into your shit. So this should probably also, just for safety's sake, be a filter inserter, right? For washed vulcanite. Right there. That way we don't inadvertently get stone in here. Something to be aware of, something to you know, make sure you don't screw up. Alright, so there we go. We got that up and running. Now one of the other things we're going to do is we are going to go and we're going to look at Vionite. And the reason we're going to do that is I want to prove to myself that now that we're here on Vionite, can we access our Spidertron? So we can, it looks like what can we ask for that's not really of consequence? And here, let's do this. Let's ask for one pipe, right? We'll see if it brings it to us and gives us a pipe. Now, how do we move them around? Well, we need one of these controller things. And I think, even though we don't have them, I think what we can do is we can, because these are infinite now, because they're just ghosts, I think we can do this. And it looks like we can. So now we can, and there you go. Yes, we can. Alright, so now we will be able to move our Spidertron around. Now, oops. Q. Alright, now the question is, has our Spidertron got a pipe yet? Logistics, pipe. It says they're on the way, but I don't see them. So we need to verify that it will get pipes. I know that when I was there with it, it brought it just fine. I want to make sure that it's going to bring it now that I'm not there. Come on. There it is. Alright, so it will bring us pipes. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to come way over here so that we are off of, right, we're outside of our grid, and we are going to ghost lay down some belts, right? Q. I'm going to ghost lay down some belts, and then we're going to bring our Spidertron over. Here he comes. All right, there we go. Now we have verified that we do not have to be in the logistics net to get him to come and do whatever. So we'll be able to ghost place items that we need to put down, and we will be able to put down blueprints and have him put down, because when you put down a blueprint, it just ghost places. So we now know that we don't have to come back here anymore. I think we can now, from here, basically have this guy do everything. It's going to be a little more convoluted in how we have them do it. We can't just go up and right click to pick something up. We'll have to use the deconstruction planner, etc., and we'll have to do some other odds and ends funky things. But it appears, for all intents and purposes, that we will now be able to rely on Spideytron. Now, what we won't be able to do is I won't be able to put anything else in the grid. He's going to walk as slow as he's going to walk. I should have probably taken out an RTG and put in 2 sets of legs. I'm probably going to regret having done that, but life is life. We will go on from there. I do want 2 personal lasers in there because there are still locations on the map that have enemies, and I want to be able to take out the turrets if I need to. Now that is going to be one thing that I won't be able to take care of, because you cannot pick up ruins unless you manually pick them up. So that'll be a problem in some places where if I'm trying to mine something, but I don't think that's going to be a big deal. All right, so now we know, guys. Now we know we are going to be able to do it all relatively remotely. When we leave Alaz, we will leave a Spidertron here, and that will leave us with 2 more Spidertrons. We'll hit 1 more planet or 2 more planets, and we'll drop Spidertrons on them as well. And then we will go back to Novice, and we'll make some more Spidertrons. And the reason we have to go back to Novice is because we need the what is it that it requires? It needs biomass, and we don't have any biomass with us. We do have some, I do believe, on Novice. We can make some more Spidertrons and be done with it. We're making it in space, but we do have some on Novice. So what do we got going here on Alaz that we need to get done? Well, we're going to have to make 3 more launch pads, and we're going to have to set them all up, probably boom, 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 or up here or something. We're going to have to set 4 of them up that they're being fed with rocket parts, and that they're being fed with fuel, and each one of those is going to be responsible for taking in 1 item. Now let's go check on, we're in nav menu, Let's go look and make sure how the rest of our production is going. And it looks like all of the rest of it is okay. Looks like we got plenty of coal, what have you. It looks like, you know, we definitely have plenty of solar, and we should have, I believe it's up here. Yeah, so we've got, relatively speaking, plenty of nuclear power for some time to come. Now, I will probably, just to have an alternative means of doing it, wow, this guy is almost tapped out. We're going to have to take up a bunch of this. To put in that second uranium handling. So we'll probably do that. We'll probably put in a second uranium handling. We're going to put in more launch pads, and that's going to be, and we're going to leave a Spidertron here, and that's going to be it for what we're going to do. So off camera, I'm going to get together all the materials I need. There's no sense you guys watching me just gather up shit. I don't think that's all that interesting. But we're going to gather up some shit, and when we come back, we will be building rocket launch pads, and we will be building another uranium processing, and then that, I think, will cover most of our requirements for holy jeebus, is this, what is that over there? I'm trying, it's been a while since I've been to Novice. Is that yeah, it's accumulators. That's from back before we turned off the ejections. So we don't have the ejections now. We can leave it. It's not hurting anything being there. How we doing? Stone. We're gonna have to. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to update some of our mining operations. Our coal is getting down there. What have you. But now we have Spideytron. We can send Spideytron out to some of these places and get Spideytron to set them up for us. Oil, we're doing okay, I think, on oil. Copper. So yeah, so there's the plan at this point, is we are going to be building some more pads and putting them in and what have you. So let me go ahead and get off of here, and then I'm going to just go gather up all the resources, gather a bunch of concrete, because these suckers take a boatload of concrete. They're like 1,000 concrete each, and we're going to build 3 more of them, so that's 3,000 concrete. You guys don't want to sit and watch me come up with 3,000 concrete. So I'm going to do that off camera. We'll come back and we'll get these built, but I just wanted to show you guys that we're off to another planet, and I wanted to show you guys that yes, we now can use the Spidertrons remotely, and we can have them logistic remotely, and that basically saves us from ever having to go to those planets, except for some very rare occasions. So I will talk to you guys next time, and next time I see you, we will be building out our rocket launch system. All right, bye.